娘を貴様に託したい。
Of course, there is no arguing that High School DxD stands out as being the most popular harem series of all time, among others, while also sharing many similarities with other series. Speaking of such similarities, this is exactly why today's video is a more cultured one, dedicated to sharing to all of you some anime series worth watching that come quite as close as being similar to High School DxD. To tell you the truth, there's actually not many series that come close as, being the same as DxD, as only a few of them manage to do so, but of course, have their own unique story. This is the first time I cover a topic like this on the channel, so hopefully it's an interesting idea for you guys to keep watching. But if you do enjoy the video, then please don't forget to subscribe by clicking the red shiny button, as it really helps me out to reach the next milestone. Without keeping you all waiting, let us get started with the video.
ずいぶんと楽しそうな話をしてるのね。
Most likely the itchiest anime I've come across in my days, The Testament of Sisters New Devil is quite the cultured series to watch, as it does contain material that is quite worth watching in terms of spiciness, awaiting for your eyes to feast. But enough of that talk. It's pretty much quite similar to DxD, with a red-headed female lead and an overpowered main protagonist with very special powers. Though when forming in contract with a demon, it's where the real plot happens, and I really mean it, and most of you probably know what I'm talking about when I say plot. Though if you haven't watched this anime, then I guess it's a start. Trinity 7 is definitely one of the best harem series out there. Just thinking of that word harem, I can't really help it but to realize the lack of harem series airing these days.
おい、待てよ。
調査は私一人でできます。あなたは彼女でも探してはいかがですか？
なんか怒ってないか？
Though quite a few of them are coming out real soon, which I'm super hyped for. Anyways, let's get back on track, shall we? Trinity 7 features a pretty dominating red-headed female lead in a school setting, which is of course an elite school, and also a pretty damn overpowered male lead with demonic powers. Though, if only the school actually had more people in there, that would be great, but other than that, it's actually a pretty fun watch. Though still, Issei is a better character than Arata.
今は新さんを運びましょう。
なんだ？いつの間に名前で呼ぶようになったんだ、大将。やっ
ぱり飛び降りるには高すぎました。ありがとうございます。
You know something? I actually haven't seen Sekirei in a hot minute, but this anime is somewhat close to DxD but lacks a few things, but the one big thing that it has is a weak-ass main character who has the ladies act as a shield. That is pretty much his power right there. The girls defend him from danger so he can't get hurt. I mean, he does get hurt sometimes, but the girls do most of the work. Pretty lame, right? Well, it does compensate for the female cast being pretty strong characters, and you don't actually see the male protagonist's powers until later on in the end of the series. Though the harem and plot aspect of the series is still pretty good, and it's definitely worth watching, so don't think it's bad. It's actually pretty good. Now we're going back to the classics, baby! Rosario Vampire is a classic, a harem series that really defined a school setting with different species of girls that fall for one guy. The male protagonist might be your average-looking loser who goes to a demon school, as he is the only human in this setting. Much like Issei, who was a human before he received some glorifying powers later on, the same thing goes to the protagonist in Rosario Vampire, in which case he gets demon-like powers close to the end of the series when trying to save Mocha from danger. What also is good is that it has a very dominating female lead, though it's only mainly when Mocha shows her true vampire form, in which she does a lot, and it's pretty hot.
待て、焦るんやない。月がどうなっても上やうるじゃ舐めたらあかんね。大妖怪の底力見せたるわ。おとな しく俺の女になれフォーカ
Campione is another example of a great harem series featuring an overpowered being who has godlike powers and a harem full of babes of your wildest dreams. If only harem series these days can actually do something similar to a series back in the days, like these that I'm actually suggesting to you, that, you know, would be a huge dream come true.
神格を切れるんだろう。どうすればいい？どうすれば？
No joke, harem series back in the days were like king, but sometimes they are really lacking the past couple of years. Anyways, so what is so special about Godo anyways? Well, he has the powers that somehow attract girls to worship him, which makes him the ultimate being, but definitely not as close as to being a harem king like Issei Hyodo is. While Monster Musume has a different standing point from DxD, it still manages to sustain the aspect of monsters living with a guy, yet the main character doesn't know which girl to go for and get engaged with, and of course the major one thing, oppai! Everywhere you go in this anime, you will always see oppai all around, which is quite similar to the case with DxD.
リオンナ
I still think Monster Musume is a great example of how a harem series should be tackled, and we need more series like this, like no joke. Just don't talk about Monster Girl Doctor, because that was actually terrible. No joke, it was really bad, I didn't like it at all.
兄、結婚相手探してるんでしょ？でも誰にも手を出していない。ひょっとして草食系？兄をいじめていいのは私だけだもんね。
Strike the blood. While it has great fan service like DxD, but also proper action sequences we can't get enough of. Don't forget the famous quote in the series, which you guys know what it is, pretty much. No senpai, this is our fight. Slightly annoying, but hey, you know, it happens a lot and you need to get used to it because that is pretty much what she's famous for. The series features an overpowered protagonist who is a legendary vampire, much like Issei, who is the legendary Red Dragon Emperor, or in other words, the Boob Dragon, or the Oppai Dragon, whatever you want to call him. Maken-Ki is a classic example of how great its first season was, but did kinda drop down a little after its second season. But trust me when I tell you, we are here talking about its first season and how glorious it was to watch.
だいぶ体のキレが戻ってきたみたいだけど、まだ私にはかなわないわよ。
分かってるさだから
だから？
こうするしかないんだ
Oppai in a school setting, featuring a weak protagonist at first, but then discovering his true powers to becoming a badass. Whoa, like whoa, bro. Much like how Issei suffered during the first few episodes until he started training with his red arm. Fan service, you say? Well, you got it, cause it's literally everywhere. Man, don't you just love series that features a red-headed hottie? Yeah, me too, man, me too. I think because I love Rias too much, to the point where it's her fault I like red-headed girls. But anyways, Dakara Boku is quite similar to DxD in the aspect of both main characters like erotic things, and the series involves demons, which is exactly what DxD also has. Not as hot as the action moments as DxD, but it still has great amount of fan service ready, and girls fighting over the same guy for the love.
女 女子更衣室で二人きりの時だよね。
イリアちゃん。
いい加減にしなさいよ。
リサラ。
胸くらいで何よ。私なんてもっといろいろ見られてるんだからね。
Yeah. I like this series. I really do.
大倉さんの応援と持ってきたけど、なんだか楽しそうだよね。加賀さんや福宗さんがどんな水着を着るのか楽しみだったり。
やっぱり水着の季節は最高だな。
Mindless I say, Hagure Yusha, or Aesthetica of a Rogue Hero, is so similar to DxD because both main characters have a very unique special ability to undress the ladies, which let's say leads to ecchi situations.
王様暁だ。暁でいい。お前の世界、アレイザードにいた時は、はぐれ勇者とか呼ばれてた。お前は？
Dress break is still plus ultra though, nothing can beat this skill. While Hagure Yusha's main character starts as a badass and Issei as a weakling, they still come to show that they can be on equal terms once Issei gains his power potential.
相手をするとは言ったが、それは別に君と戦うという意味じゃない。君の実力が見られればそれでいいんだ。
Pretty much, if you like Oppai, then this is something for you to watch. That is all the series we have for today, and they're very similar to DxD, you know. This is actually was a very fun topic to do, and if you guys want to see me suggest, you know, other series that are similar to a certain anime, then please let me know down in the comment section below. If you did enjoy the video, then please do drop a like to show your support, and as always, I'll catch you all in the next video.